Laravel Filament CMS. So in the last video we discussed about enums in detail. We created the filter using enums, right? And also we extend our post resource to page resource. So in this video we'll be working on the part of attaching the category to a post. So we'll be using a belongs to many relationship. So as discussed, so you can see the table schema here. So we'll have a categories, of course, and we'll have a post, right? So each post and category relationship will be stored on a separate table so that one post can belongs to many categories, right? So where we'll have post ID and category ID. For now we don't have any type of pivot columns to store, or we don't need any other information to be stored here. So in a simple way, I have the Laravel updater create article right here. So this article can belongs to many categories. For example, that post can belongs to the Eloquent category, Laravel category, of course, right? Of course, PHP category, so that we can work on this. So let's first start with creating a migration file. To create a migration file, PHP artisan make migration, add, let's say category posts table. So we don't need a model for this, so I'm just creating a direct table. So I can say schema, let me just create by myself, create category post. So I'll just press the tab here. I think I will explain you. So here I have a category post table. So the first column is ID and timestamp, of course we don't need that part. So here what I have is foreign ID, category ID, one column to store category ID and then another column to store post ID. That's all, right? So and on delete cascade means whenever this category will be deleted, that value will also be deleted. So schema drop if exist, if that table is there then drop it. So let me migrate this. Perfect. So let's get back and create the relation first. So in my category model, now I can create a relation, public function post, which is the type of belongs to many. All right, return $this belongs to many. It will belongs to many post class, and then I don't need this too because it will default defined, right? The table category post, it should be post, and same kind of method we need in our post model. So where we'll say categories here, which will belongs to many, the return type, and then it should be category, nothing else. The related table is same, right? You can see here that is the table name where we will be using the information. So that's all. That is the work in our all model and migration. The connection is finished. Let's get back to our post and let's start working on Filament source. So for that we can use different options. We have select, right, with multiple, or we have select field with multiple option where we user can choose and select the multiple fields. But for this I want to show you the checkbox list, which perfectly works for the belongs to many relationship by default, right? And I think this is will be new, we have not explored this too. So in my post form, let's say it below status here. Okay, after status, what I can do it, I can say checkbox list make, let's say this is categories. Okay, I will just use this. I don't need columns, I don't need required, I don't know this auto suggestion is okay. So if I refresh here, I can see now resource, post, fields, categories. Let me first update the translation. translation. Sorry. Regarding the translation, I am adding the translation only on English language. So if you are trying, if you try to work, if you are downloading the code and testing on your side, and changing the translation, you may not find every translation will work in ES or Hindi languages. Okay, so that was just for teaching purpose. So if I go back here, okay, I have now categories. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to make it searchable. Perfect. The second thing that I want to do is, so if I go to category here, you can see I have some categories that are closed, inactive, right? So if I go here, the filament is inactive, but I can see the filament option here. So how can we change it? The first option is directly modify the relation, but better than that, what we can do, we can just create a query here, right? $query builder where each active is true. Only show, I think the column name is active, only shows those column where a active column is true. Now the filament is gone. Perfect. That is what we want. But this query is quite reusable, right? Because we may use this in many places. So instead of that, what I want to do is I want to create a scope here. Scopes, right? Okay, scope where we will be adding that our query, right? We have a scope active. It should be always be fixed with the scope. So after that, the scope name, and we will get the query, and we'll just return the query. Remember that we are not going to return the collection or eloquent data. We are just returning the query from here. So now I can just use query active. That's all. Simple to use, no changes, right? So if I go here and make this status programming, is that's it. Now the programming is perfect, it's gone. So now if you see now how we can save the data, right? It's very simple. Now if I click on PHP and Vue.js, create, sorry, let me edit this instead of create, right? So I want to make this eloquent, Laravel and PHP. Save changes, okay, edit, that's all. We don't need to do anything because it will checkbox list and the relationship will automatically handle our belongs to many relationship. If I go back here and see on my category post, you can see I have different categories and I have the post ID. That's all.